This is Dr. Gigi Savat, and you're listening to the Walk With Me podcast. My guest today is Franya. Welcome to the show.
Thank you and welcome.
Such an honor to have you here today. Now, why don't you start off by telling us more about you and where are you from?
I am actually from Texas, but I now currently live in Missouri. I was raised in Texas, but I was not born in Texas. Um, but I now live in Missouri. I love where I live. I live in the middle of 80 acres in the middle of nowhere.
Excellent. And now you are a divorce recovery coach. Tell us a little bit more about your experience and what inspired you to do what you do today.
My experience is the fact that I have been through the divorce. My husband walked out on me. My ex-husband walked out on me, took everything in a 3-bedroom house and everything out of our bank accounts. So I literally had to start over. I had a corporate job that I really loved. I've been talking to women since 1990 and never thought about this, me taking the divorce and the recovery of that and turning it into a coaching business until just recently, because I want women to know they don't have to do this alone. They are stronger than they ever thought they were, and they are darn well worth it. My struggles of having to start over financially and working 3 jobs just to keep the lights on and watching what other people think about me because my husband walked out on me. They thought I actually kicked him out of the house. And I thought, I don't want women to know or be ashamed of what has happened to them and not fall into some pitfalls that I have fallen into. And one of them was the fact that I was afraid to ask questions. I did not think I had money to talk to an attorney. I didn't feel like I could go into a nice clothing store and maybe buy me a nice dress uh, for the corporate world. I just wore what I had until I wore it out and then had to figure out how to afford something.
Thank you so much for sharing your story. Now, what message do you have for an individual who's currently going through divorce right now?
Don't do this alone. You don't have to. I don't want you to. I want you to learn to open your heart and tell your story and know that here with me, you're going to be heard, you're going to be validated, and I'm going to give you the confidence that you need to go to the next chapter of your life.
I love it. Very powerful. Now, you also have a quote. It says here, if you focus on the hurt, you will continue to suffer. If you focus on the lesson, you will continue to grow. Tell us a little bit more about it.
It's it's like you are saying, I do not want. Well, if you keep focusing on I don't want something, or I feel like I'm always being hurt, you're going to receive more of that. Someone's going to say, oh, are you sure you don't want to hurt anymore? Let it go and say, I want to grow. I'm open to growing. I have exposed myself to growing and moving forward with the next step. And sometimes that step is
Excellent.
the step is a long step, but you can do it. And I'm here to help you. And if you need an extra stepping stone, I've got one for you.
Excellent. I love it. Now, oftentimes in our society, we hear the statement, hurt people hurt people. Do you believe in the statement?
No, I don't.
Okay. And why? Can you explain to us why you don't believe in the fact that hurt people hurt people? Well, the statement.
I, to me, if you're letting someone else run your emotions and your reactions, just because someone has acted toward you does not mean you have to react to it. You have another action for it that comes out of love and confidence for yourself and for them.
That is correct. Yes. And so you don't have to repeat the cycle, right? You break the chain. And just because you've been hurt, don't continue the action, break the chain. Love it. Very powerful. Now, you are one of our speakers for our upcoming third annual Global Warriors Conference, September 19th through 20th this year at the Hilton in Palm Coast. We are honored to have you as a speaker, as well as amazing individuals from all over the world. Franya, now, what are some things folks can expect during this conference?
I'm actually working on a couple of things. And the first one is, are you relentless or are you resilient? One thing about me is I grew up with a father who was a cop. I also have been through an amazing car accident when I was 20 years old. It took me 3.5 years to learn how to walk, talk, and ride all over again. They put my face back together. They put my right leg back together. And I'm still walking to this day. They did not think that I would be walking at past the age of 50, and I am, because I was relentless about it. I knew I could do this. I wanted to do this. And that was my mindset of, I want to continue my life. I don't want to be a burden to anyone and a burden to myself. So it's more about when you're relentless as a child, that makes you resilient as an adult.
Wow, very powerful. Thank you so much for sharing the story. And I would love to talk a little bit more about the accident. Now, you were advised that you may not be able to walk. What was your thought process during that moment?
You do not know this stubborn German girl.
I love it. And now, talk to us a little bit more about your experience as far as recovering.
It took 9 surgeries. They called them procedures to put my face back together. My leg had a wound on it because they don't know actually what made the wound. It was 12 inches long and open 5 inches wide on my leg. It does go through the kneecap. They had to go put the kneecap back on the leg. And this is a result of me getting in a car with someone who was under the influence of alcohol. It was our first date. I did not know. This was also his 10th DWI, and no one had ever been in the car with him except this time on his 10th. He did not make it through the accident. I did. We hit a brick building going full speed. I'm here.
And thank God you're still with us. And you are truly a warrior, my friend.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, Franya, what is your best advice to the audience for walking with purpose and living a life of happiness?
Knowing who you are deep down, in your gut, in your heart, in the bottom of your feet. What are your values? What is your core telling you who you are? Listen to your body. Listen to your minds. To who are you? What do you want to bring to the world? When you walk into a room, How bright is your light? Are you just a little dim flashlight that needs a battery? Or are you a star that lights up the whole room? And I want every woman to be a star, to light up every room that she walks into, and she commands the chair that she sits in at every table.
I love it. Now, do you have any last words for the audience, Franya?
Be strong, be confident, know that you are stronger than you think you are. You are worth every cell that you are. And no matter what you want to do in the world, you bring it with confidence and grace and a very strong, straight backbone.
That's right. You are strong. Very powerful statement. Now, Franya, thank you so much for being a guest on the Walk With Me podcast. Where can the audience find you?
I am actually on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and my website is SheroEmpowered.com.
I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure to check out Franya on all of her social media platforms and also her website. That's SHERO empowered.com. And Franya, thank you again for being a guest on the Walk With Me podcast.
Thank you for having me. This has been exceptional with talking to you with your Gigi. Thank you for the opportunity for me to speak and tell my story.
Absolutely. Welcome. God bless you, my friend.
Thank you. You too.